and then join us for 5 more tastings.
Yeah. We got the official box layout there, what it looks like. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very cool.
nice. All right.
Very exciting. All right, so for the main event today, we're going to try some vintage Armagnacs and Cognacs. And as you can tell by your pour list here, we're going to separate them, Cognac first, Armagnac second. Not by design. I think it was just an easy lineup for Evan to set up. So we're going to go with it. We're not going to make any changes, as these are all new products for us. We're just gonna wing it, and then maybe if there's an obvious need, we can switch something in the second round. So save a little bit of cognac in your glass, and we'll try it on the second round. But in the meantime, if you're not familiar, cognac is not whiskey. It is a brandy made in the Cognac region of France, and is specifically made from white grapes. There are 3 predominant grapes that are used, but that can be used up to 9 different varietals from the region. There's different classifications. We have the VS, VSOP, XO, and XXO, which is mainly what we're going to be dabbling in today. So XXO would be average age of 14 or older. So pretty exciting. Cognac is as a growing region is divided into 5 different regions, pardon me, 6 different regions, maybe more, can't remember, but they all grow specific grapes and have specific climate and terroir that set them apart. So Grand Champagne is one that we're going to be diving into a lot. They have more of a like shallow clay limestone terroir, which apparently is just ideal for these white grapes. But as we go through, we can talk about the different regions and what sets them apart. But I'm really just excited to try this first one from Cognac Sponge, and it's a 1962 Grand Champagne. So let's give it a nose.
I'm particularly excited to have this one again, because if anyone here came to our Old and Rare Festival, there was an old cognac tasting. I'm pretty sure this was part of it, and it was one of the favorites.
Oh yeah. Hard to remember that weekend, I'm not gonna lie.
That
So
was
you're very
quite a
spoiled.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh man, the nose on that's so crazy. First of all, like 1962, pretty cool. That's probably, I guess it'd be 60 years, like a couple of years back now.
Yeah. Around 60 years old, like, well, maybe Sean can share his screen of this bottle so we can
Totally.
see some of the cool labeling that the Cognac Sponge has put out for this guy.
I don't know if anyone started like really heavily nosing this thing. The combination of like fruit and weird like fusel industrial oils on this thing is really nuts. Oh,
I was getting like, at first I was slightly confused because I was getting almost like um a Hall's kind of cough drop notes, like kind of going into that medicinal and fruity style.
yeah, definitely a touch of medicinal note. Like there's also like this. I don't know, there's something about it brings me back to when I'm a kid. It had like when you had like the packets of Kool-Aid powder, they're unsweetened and they kind of smelled like weird unsweetened Kool-Aid powder.
Okay, that's cool. So this bottle, where am I? In my notes here, is a marriage of 60%. Now, Sean, before we get into this, we were
Hmm.
talking earlier today about lots and numbers and how to read a label.
Hmm.
And what I think I learned is that everybody does it differently and it's hard to learn. And by that, I mean some bod some bottlers define their lot number as the year the spirit was made, while others will put a lot number on um, for um, for the part of their winery where it
Mm.
comes from, and I haven't been able to completely understand
Yeah.
what they
I
mean.
I think with from what I've
Some do both.
seen, yeah, yeah, yeah. What
Right.
what I've seen is like if you can see what the bottler tends to do, they will stay with that convention throughout what they're doing, whether it be like, and in some cases it'll say like 30 to 40 or like and 30 to 40. And that could be some people might mean that to mean it is distilled somewhere between those two, like the 1930 1940, because the paper trail has been lost over the years.
Okay.
Or sometimes it'll be a marriage of a 1930 and a 1940 cask or something like that too.
Okay. So for this example, the bottle that we're looking at, if I'm looking at the right one, if I'm not, it's embarrassing. Um, it's a blend of two numbers. Is that right? Where am I?
I
I could be wrong. My
I
notes
think
didn't get printed in Evan's tasting order,
oh
so
that's fine.
I'm
I
guessing.
I think this one is just straight 1962.
Okay, that's
And
easy.
I only say that because I think that's the convention that Valentin typically uses, which is where Angus got this one from.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then
Well,
Andrew pipes up says some do both as well. So I mean, you're right. It's not always all that straightforward, but I mean, you know.
yeah. No, because I on the next one that we're looking at, it's a blend of two different vintages, and it can be confusing sometimes. Like, and this is new to me. I'm not as familiar with cognacs and armagnacs as I am with spirits or other spirits. So,
Oh man, the palate's rad. It's like it's like fresh exotic citrus and like melon and like dried red berries.
mm,
I don't know if I want to use the word tropical because it's just one of those words that gets overused, but it is like it is exotic. That
mm.
medicinal note that you were talking about also comes through a little bit on the palate too.
Yeah, I get like a little Hall's cough drop thing going on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's lovely. There's like a nice
Yeah,
soft
man.
polish, like nice citrus notes. There's something familiar here that this is very lovely.
It does start to get a bit more pineapple towards the finish for me. A bit more like kind of sliced pear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I dig it. I love it. Another thing I noticed when I was kind of going through just like the lineup and looking at it is, but because so both you and I were a little novice when it comes to cognacs, and especially coming from the whiskey world, like everything is big ABV because we always get things at cask strength. A lot of the stuff we're tasting today is like sub 50 for sure, and
Mm-hmm.
I actually think I really enjoy it, like almost more than if it were higher ABV. Whereas with whiskey, it's kind of the other way. I kind of like the drinkability of it.
I do too. I like that I can kind of pick out these kind of stewed uh kind of stone fruit notes here. And that it feels very refined and polished, and I'm not kind of fighting the flavors with alcohol. Like not
Mm.
everything has to be in your face with alcohol. And I had this conversation with the customer today. I poured him dram of something that was 46%, and he goes, "Oh man, this is awesome, this is so enjoyable." I said, "Yeah, and it has a great body and finish for something at 46." He's like, "What, you didn't pour me a cast strength?" And I was like, "No, but you enjoy it, so like let's not focus on the number." And he purchased it because he was like, "I just don't have to think about it, it's so great, I'm not battling to find flavor, and sometimes it's nice just to enjoy the ride, you know."
Yeah, and especially when it comes to something like this, like we're tasting some pretty ancient spirit, and although it is really fun to sit here and pick it apart, there's also some times where you almost don't want to because you're tasting something. It's like between the history and just like kind of what it is. There's something about it that's just like holistically awesome and delicious, and like really you can kind of
Mhm.
appreciate it without too much. Although, to be fair, like some cast strength armagnacs, like we're getting one towards the end there with the SMWS. there's definitely something to be said for having those volatiles really like the alcohol throw those
Mhm.
notes up into your nose and face. But again, I just don't know if it's 100% necessary here.
No, no. And um, one thing I learned about cognac is uh, and Armagnacs that differentiate themselves is their alcohol strengths before entering the casks are very different. And that's partly intentional, but it's also just to allow the whiskey and the cask to naturally do its thing and not worry about the ABV.
Mm.
It allows for cognac to feel a lot bolder and bigger and more robust versus Armagnacs, which can feel a little bit lighter and thinner and fruitier. And it's intentional that an Armagnac will be distilled once and at a lower ABV. So
Mm.
I personally really enjoyed that
Mm.
discovery. Uh, Cognac is distilled uh, 3 times, I believe, 2 times.
Two times.
I forgot my notes. In a an embellic still designed for cognac, and then often goes into French oak casks for a number of years. And then when maturation is done, they'll often move them into glass containers called demijohns, and they'll sit and rest and marry for a number of years until they're ready to be bottled and enjoyed by us. So,
uh, Chat Jeff PT or whatever you guys call him. I don't think it's necessarily that Armagnac is triple distilled. It's more that it's in a rudimentary column still. It technically
mhm,
goes through once, but it's like
mhm.
it's one of those you can do a calculation for how
Equivalents.
much.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. I was like,
I
that's
got
not
one up
true.
on Jeff.
I was gonna say technically Armagnac is only distilled once, but it's that the reflex within the column that it feels like three. Um, okay, what's
Yep.
our second?
Yeah. Move on to number two.
Decadent Drams Fine Champagne 60-78 Cognac. So, um, this is what I was talking about when you get these marks on a bottle and what do they mean. So um, for this particular bottling, it's talking about where the grapes are coming from. So five, the 6 regions are characteristic regions of production of Grand Champagne, Petit Champagne, Borderies, Flambois, uh, Bonbois, and Bois et I don't speak French. Terroris? Sorry, everybody, and to the cognac people.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
I don't know French.
Yeah.
But what it's telling us in this is that this combination, 60% is coming from a vintage 78 from Grand Champagne, and 40% from a vintage 60 is coming from Petite Champagne. And the combination of this creates a fine champagne cognac. Um, Fine champagne means that at least 60% or more of the grapes are coming from Grand Champagne and are predominantly Uni Blanc uh, traditionally, or it could be Colombard or Full Blanche. And those are the 3 popular grapes that need to be dominant to make a fine cognac.
And I note on the bottle too. I think this is one of okay, so before when Angus was doing whiskey sponge, cognac sponge, rum sponge, everything was kind of separated out in their own little thing. When he ended the sponge line and started the whiskey land line, he still needed to do something with everything else, with like the other spirits and the non whiskey land quality bottlings. So he made the Decadent Drams label, which is supposed to kind of cover everything. And this is the first non whiskey that we've got from the new lineup too. It was,
Cool.
oh, yeah, sorry. It was, I think he, at some point, it might even say in the description, he always wanted to make a fine champagne.
Yes.
Yeah, and so he finally managed to do it by kind of like nitpicking with the guys from Valentine.
But I also think I mean, I don't know how it works, but by working with Valentine too, like you could just maybe buy your own parcels and marry them elsewhere. I don't know if that's doable, um, if it leaves the region and does any final resting if it's still considered cognac.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Where it's bottled and whatnot, I guess that's not something I really looked up. Yeah, tough to say.
I don't know.
Um, then I imagine they're pretty open to it. Like the first three things that we're tasting are all from Valentiner. One of them is their OB, and the other two being Angus stuff. I Valentiner was one of those first companies that like I was made aware of outside of the whiskey world that whiskey drinkers might gravitate towards because of the style of their cognac, which is actually kind of neat. And this kind of like shows it as well. Like obviously, Angus is a huge fan of it. I think the other one is Jean-Luc Pasquet, which we only recently started getting in the province, but that was kind of fun too.
Right. Yeah. And for me, like this is my first experience. Valentiner was my first experience with like a real grower's cognac. Versus the big brands that were like Courvoisier and Hennessy, which are buying up uh, juice from all over different regions of cognac and blending them. So this is unique. I think very special for a lot of us.
Well, this one's even juicier than the last one. Holy crap, the palate is like that's not so. This is a bit leans a bit more orchard fruit for me, like a bit more nectarine, juicy peach and nectarine,
Mm-hmm.
but still like wow, it's way juicier than the first one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Less wood, I guess.
There's a little bit of like passion fruit in here for me, like big
It
passion fruit actually. And
it still hints on that sherry note, but not the lozenge note. You know, like it's like more Kirsch kind of
yeah, more curious. Yeah.
lemon. Oh man, that's rad. Holy crap.
I like that. I love that like toasted brown sugar note that comes through on cognac for me. It's always this nice the sweetness that's always there is really enjoyable.
Sometimes they end up being a little floral as well. In fact, probably like reasonably often. And I know Andrew doesn't really like that part about it because he always says he likes Armagnac better, I think, because it's I don't know. I think he says it's more masculine or something like that, whatever that means. I don't know. I kind of like the floral notes on it, and I feel like Armagnac is usually a bit more austere as well, whereas I actually kind of like the roundness that I get with cognac typically.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I don't have a preference, but maybe I will after this lineup. We shall see.
Yeah, just as he has a preference for Armagnac. I actually wanted to ask everybody too what they thought as well. But
Okay.
you're welcome to pepper those answers in throughout the tasting if you want.
I want to know. I'm peeking at the poll questions.
Yeah, I was hoping that was one of the poll questions. I should have mentioned it to him, but Evan set it up as something else. That's all right, not a big deal.
Mm, okay. It is one of the poll questions.
Oh, he says what region showed the
Well,
best
it's
difference, but
region,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's apples, oranges.
So
Um,
I think I prefer the nose on the first one, but the palate on this one. Although I gotta be honest, sorry, I don't mean to like hold it up
go
and
for
not
it.
keep going, but it is definitely a little bit more like yeah, even the nose leans a little bit more orchard, where the first one was a bit more exotic and a bit more fun, and it was those industrial notes came out more,
Mm.
and it kind of added a bit more to it. You know, funny, this is kind of weird too. Talk about like the last one reminded me of childhood, but this one does too. It's like there's this smell that like the Nerds candy has throughout all the flavors. It's like you're just opening up a box of just general Nerds.
Just all the nerds. No, I like that there's like this not like the lighter side of things in cognac, a little bit sweeter, just like easy and gentle. And I don't know if cognac's supposed to be taken seriously or not, but I would like to think it doesn't have to be taken too seriously. That it's just a very nice drink to be enjoyed when you need to change it up from whiskey.
I mean, yeah, there's certainly prestige behind it, right? I mean, like this, like you can respect the history and which is likely way older than whiskey. I think there was some no,
Oh yeah,
and uh, yeah, I don't
13th
know.
century. I
And
think it goes back
yeah,
to the 13th century, and then kind of bit of a information gap till the 14th century, but yeah, it's the first European spirit,
Right. Yeah, totally. I did read
Armagnac.
that.
Thanks, Andrew.
Fun. All right.
Very cool.
You want to keep going?
All right, Cognac Sponge Edition 7, Trayville 1971, 1973, and 1975, and 1978 vintage blend. And then Evan put a little stamp on the bottle. This is just say no if it's only XO. We're going for XXO exclusives here tonight. This is pumping up the alcohol. We're now 52.2, which is surprising. Oh, I love this label.
Now, so these casks were all selected from Gros Perrin, at a Petit Champagne, and I don't know that much about these guys, although I did have we had, and then I ended up with a heel after the fact, a Cadenhead cognac from Gros Perrin that was like 29 years old or something, like 32 years old, and it was really cool. But I remember Igor on a different tasting said Gros Perrin was almost like a cask broker, and I actually don't know if they're distilling as well. Maybe somebody else knows. But it was kind of neat because it wasn't like independent bottling necessarily, but it was almost like, yeah, like they just collected casks and they were able to sell it out. Yeah, negociant. Yeah, sorry, that was the word. Yeah, yeah. But we have had a few from these guys too, I think, through Scotch Malt Whisky Society and maybe other sponge stuff actually.
Well, this has like a little bit more of a cheesy funk to it on the nose.
It's definitely mustier, like old leather. Like,
I love this nose.
I'm gonna say like cellar wood, and I don't mean like dunnage necessarily, but the wood you would just find in the cellar. Like maybe that's different. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't know.
You mean dusty old pallets from the basement?
Kinda, yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be like barrels or anything.
Right.
Kind of nutty too.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy says peppery, spicy tobacco. Nice. Yeah, peppery's a good one for sure.
There's a little bit of licorice on here as well.
Yeah. So some cognacs I find do lean heavily into licorice, and it's not something I'm typically a fan of unless it's got a lot of other stuff accompanying it.
That's fair. Mm. I actually really enjoy the palette on this.
The
It's
body
not
on it is
as
quite nice.
tropical as the other ones, but I like it's kind of, yeah, just a little bit more robust, a little bit straightforward even. Um, but I like the toasty oak notes. I like the peppery notes, the tobacco. It's got some nice brown sugar.
It still has like a reasonable fruit palette. Like it's like key lime and
Mm.
maybe a little bit of coconut on there. It's okay, so this is also the first higher ABV one that we've had at 52.2, I believe. It's fun. But still like, yeah, it does start to lean a bit into that spice and licorice and really, really woody. I
It
guess
is
he
really
is.
woody.
Hmm, that's fun. I'm not sure if I would say I like it much more than the other ones, but I don't necessarily like it a lot less either. Like it's pretty,
Yeah,
it stands on its own, I think.
absolutely. It would, I mean, I feel like it's something a whiskey drinker could understand.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I mean, sometimes there's, oh, cool, it's going very like juicy fruit for me right now. Um, there's something intimidating. I feel like I feel intimidated sometimes when I try new spirits that I'm not familiar with, that I'm not going to
Mm.
have the right notes or know what to look for when tasting something, especially grape spirits because it's just not something I'm used to. But this one just being a little bit more oak dominant feels like as a whiskey person, I get this. I
Yeah,
understand this.
you can wade your way through that. Yeah,
Right,
that's for
but
sure.
the first two, I think having a little bit more like funk and estery notes, like it's something that like a cognac and rum drinker can really like geek out over.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I agree with that.
See, it reminds me of French molasses rum.
Yeah, fair.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I enjoy these.
It's still like it's really the nuttiness comes through more on the nose for me. It's like a toasted walnut. It's really fun.
Ooh,
Mm.
I definitely don't toast enough nuts at home to get a clear understanding of some of those. You buy like toasted nuts or whatever from a grocery store and it still comes in that like thick plastic bag. It's like it smells like plastic.
That's fair. That's fair. It was like make my own granola. So we had like I
Mm.
do like all those big bags of nuts from Costco, and you just like you kind of do them all yourself. And uh,
Yeah, very cool. I'm too impatient for
all
these
right,
things.
fun.
Yeah, I
Mm.
really enjoy that. What?
It feels like we really like pimp out with like sponge Angus's stuff here because like there's definitely like a lot of what we're
Well,
I
what's
mean it's true we
really
had evolved.
interesting and kind of unfortunate is we don't do tastings in December because we're just too busy. And you have to put the tasting lineups up far enough in advance that they sell and we can get them shipped to your home. And what's unfortunate is tomorrow we're getting like 8 or 9 new Armagnacs.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
some of them I would have loved to put in this tasting. And honestly, I would have loved to have had like just the basic VSOP Remy Martin available at the time to throw in a tasting like this, just to give you an idea of just something every day, something enjoyable, something good that's very popular versus things that are a little less known and unique and individual. But we didn't have those at the time, and now they're here. So I know maybe something for the future, or just something I have to do on my own. Buy some bottles, do some homework.
I'd love to do another one.
Yeah, it's
This
not a
is cool
bad
so
thing,
far.
no matter what we
Yeah,
do.
so far these spirits are really hitting in.
Absolutely. All right. What's next? Cognac or
Uh,
Armagnac?
we're still doing the Asta Morris, or sorry,
Okay.
Asta Maurice slash Malternatives blend. And so Asta Morris being an independent bottler, we would get, I think we got some whiskey from them. We had one or two rums, a Calvados, and I think cognac as well, or an Armagnac, I can't remember. And it's like so the regular name is Asta Morris, but for the French stuff they call it Asta Maurice.
Oh, okay. We've had some Calvados from
Yeah,
them.
yeah, totally.
I
But
remember.
this is a collab between them and a Belgian couple alternatives.
Okay. That's a cool label.
Yeah, that's a
He's
nice
got the
label.
little like crank in him.
Malternatives is a label that Igor collaborates mostly for his really old ones that he's been searching out.
Oh, yes. Like that
It was in 1920.
19 or 19. What did he do, Sammy?
Uh,
Was the one.
there was a 1911, there's a
Yeah,
1928, and I think he had one in between those that we didn't even hear about. And I think
right.
he's searching out for some earlier than that. His goal is to go back to 1890, I think.
And I think he found one.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah,
very
he's
cool.
just working on finding who it belongs to.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting. Um, because it's still in a barrel, which is absolutely insane.
Oh,
Uh,
it's not even just a demijohn? No, it must be in a demijohn.
I
Okay.
don't think I think when I spoke to him, he said it was like a barrel found in a cave somewhere that belongs to somebody.
Right. Thanks, Doug. I forgot the rum one. Rastamoris. Right. I forgot about that.
Oh, I like this nose. It's got a lot more like overripe fruits.
It still hits a bit more spice than the first couple, but like a bit more like, but yeah, so it's like a combination of like cinnamon and like Five Alive almost.
Oh, cool. That's actually a great note. A yeasty bread dough enriched like brioche. Yeah. The cinnamon's a great note. It's all over the palate. There's pineapple here too.
This leans a bit more into licorice like the last one, but unlike the first two there.
It sounds so absolutely stupid, but it's more grapey than the other ones. I know it's made
That's
from
totally
grapes,
fair.
but it is.
You know what though? Like with the exception of saying raisins, I don't actually find myself saying grapes with cognacs very often, unless it's like a really fresh, like Eau de Vie forward cognac.
But I feel like even for its age, it's quite like it reminds me a little bit of like a sweet wine, a sweet like dessert wine, like Sauternes or something.
Yeah, that's a good call. Absolutely.
Like I'm surprised. Like
There's like
1973 isn't, pardon me, isn't
there's
young.
some like there's
Pardon
some like
me.
black
Sue's
tea like
cursing me.
tannins.
Sorry, it's black what?
Black tea, like the
Hmm.
tannins from black tea.
I can see that.
It's Yeah, I like the balance of the fruit and the slightly more like spice and wood notes on here. Like it's still it's got some cool like honey like notes,
Hmm.
al- like almost like honey nut Cheerio almost in a way. Like not toasted oats or anything, but
Hmm. Like a sweeter style.
mm,
Yeah, I like the spices. Like I'm getting like some nice nutmeg and clove and cinnamon, and it sits really nicely on top of the fruit and a little bit sweeter, but it's not like sugary sweet, but there's like, I don't know, a nice balance for me between everything. Just gonna
it
go
is
back to the
clove.
first one.
Clove from French oak ender, so that's neat. I don't know if I guess it's tough for me with um cognac because of like my lack of experience, but French oak and whiskey always gave me more herbal, herbaceous notes.
Mhm. Cool. Well, now that you mention it, that's the French oak is something that you have to have in cognac that you don't have to have in Armagnac that also sets them apart and allows a differentiation of flavor.
Mm.
Um, but before we go, I'm just gonna like quickly nose back these four because I don't know how different it's gonna be from these spicy little Armagnacs. So,
Oh, just a fruit bomb still.
oh man.
I have not.
Mm. Ni- Nice and fruity.
Number two smells like a bag of Haribo gummies almost for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say chewy candy, number three, which is almost empty.
Three almost has those old. Okay, remember when you're buying those candies for I can't remember what tasting we were talking about the old frogs. This almost smells like those frogs to me,
Oh
like the
yeah,
marshmallow
with
gummy
the
frogs.
with the white bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's great. All right. All right, I'm gonna taste them again on the second round, but let's move on to the Armagnac portion of our evening, which is Castarede 1965 vintage Armagnac.
Which one, Billy?
Castarede is one of those companies that we've had for so long. I can't even remember the first time I was exposed to them. They just seem to have like this endless supply of old vintages of Armagnac. I think they've been around for a long time too, which would explain it. I think I read 1830s or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, 1832, which is cool. Which is now like in a sixth generation family owned, which is not uncommon in France. Everything is family owned and multi generations.
I just forgot to share this. So is this the oldest thing we're having tonight? I think it is.
I think it
60. Oh
might
wait, no,
be.
there was a 62, wasn't there?
It was a portion of
Oh,
a 62, perhaps. I'm looking. Well, the Decadent Drams has a 60. The first one is a 62.
oh,
This
okay,
is
so
a
that's the oldest one.
65. So
Okay,
it's
okay,
up there.
that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool. Single vintage, bottled at 40%.
Right. Um,
Now this departs a little bit for me too, because these are some of the bottlings which I would say I've had a number of. Like I've not 65 specifically, but like we've had so many and we've opened them for random stuff over the last however many years. I've always ended up tasting quite a few of them, which was quite enjoyed. Right.
yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a brute, and when people buy fancy things, I'm like, hey, can we open that? Can I try that? And sometimes they say yes. So it's mostly Sammy, I try to get him to open stuff. He doesn't. It's for collection or it's for his wife. Can't blame him there. But he does sometimes open some old stuff to try.
I'm guilty
Um,
of that too.
yeah. It's like, I'm not opening it yet. It's a plan. Um, but a few of the details about Armagnac. Armagnac is also a brandy produced in the Armagnac region of Gascony, which is in the southwest France. It's made from a blend of four grape styles and quarter, which I'm not going to read you. I mean, I can. But it's a pot still, as Jeff talked about, which allows for one distillation that feels like three. So it becomes like a lighter spirit, uh, and they're allowed to put into oak barrels, and so you can have a little bit more freedom than just the standard French oak. But they do typically, I think, lean into um, two major styles, and forgive me, I forgot what those are exactly. But traditionally as well, that single distillation as a result in like a 52 to 60% alcohol, which is a much lower strength entering the barrel. And they don't add water to any of the barrels throughout maturation, which is really interesting because a lot of the time in the whiskey world we do.
Oh, like before going in, you mean? Yeah, I guess they would really have to. That makes sense. Um, I remember reading somewhere too that like Armagnac was kind of interesting as an area because there was also like traveling stills almost, or like a guy would have like a still on the back of his wagon. He would go vineyard to vineyard, kind of like distilling people's juices for them like that, which is
Yeah.
just like such a cool like rando thing. I don't know if there's any. I can't think of any other example in the spirits world where something like that happens, but that's kind of fun. And I think you can go online and actually see the photos of like the still on wheels kind of thing. It's kind of
Oh,
fun.
that is cool. It'd be convenient.
I will read out those grapes just because it's the same grapes as the three main grapes of cognac, like Uni Blanc, Faux Blanche, and Colombard, but adding Baco or Baco Blanche. The main reason why I want to say it is because I don't know if there's someone can correct me. Like I don't know if there's very many examples of like single variety cognacs or varietal cognacs that are specifically one type of grape, or at least that's advertised like that and like shed. But
Right.
you can get Armagnacs like that, including all the Duros that we're getting tomorrow. Not all of them, but some of them will say on the label like it's 100% Uni Blanc or what have you, and
Oh,
which
okay,
is kind of
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen it in the cognac. I've seen it in Ratapia. that this like a specific grape type, whether it's Chardonnay or Pinot Noir or a blend, and they're usually pretty transparent. In Champagne, when you read fine Champagne on a cognac, at least that tells you it's at least 50% this wine, one of three, from this specific region. And then the rest, again, is still a predominant of the three must-have grapes. But never have I had or experienced a single vintage or single grape varietal spirit yet myself from Cognac, Armagnac, or even Ratafia. It's always been a blend of two or more.
This one still leans into a bit of that licorice note, but there's definitely a lot more earthier tones on here, which are kind of fun.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, that is nice. There's a lot more going on here, it feels like, than the first one, but it also feels a lot more oak dominant.
Mm.
Very spicy. Get that weird like Tootsie Roll note, licorice, lots of spice.
Sorry, did we already move on to the liquid treasures, or am I one behind?
No,
No, okay, cool. Yeah,
I
sorry.
hope not.
No, sorry, I thought you referenced the first one, so I thought you meant like the first Armagnac. I got you.
I hope not.
Now this one
Um,
actually, so Doug mentioned like French molasses rums. This also kind of reminds me. Oh wait, I'm smelling the
are
wrong
you
one.
on
I'm smelling the wrong one.
We're doing the
Never mind.
Castarede. This reminds me of that one. It is that one. Interesting. It feels, am I crazy? It feels more vegetal or green.
Yeah, definitely more herbal at least.
Yeah, herbal is probably a good word. I won't mention any teas because I don't want to be schooled by Jeff. Uh,
When it comes to like whiskey people, the only teas you ever suggest are Lapsang Souchong.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. All right,
Sorry.
that's okay. Is it
Yeah.
furniture stuff still picking up? I can keep going if you
No,
want to.
keep going.
Me.
I was just watching them struggle. We have people picking up a couch here,
Right.
taking our old couch away, and they're trying to be quiet, so they're carrying everything at the same time. And it's amazing to watch. But I apologize.
Okay, well,
Um,
I'm going to the next one here, which was funny because you were mentioning when I was nosing it, you're talking about Tootsie Rolls. And then I went and nosed, and I'm like, well, this one smells like Tootsie Rolls.
it does kind of smell like Tootsie Rolls. Sorry, I have to help them 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. But also like some cool like burning foliage or something like that on it. I should give you a picture of this one. So it's a relatively new bottler that we've been working with called Liquid Treasures. I'm not going to try and tell you the story because I don't really know that much about it. All I really know is that we've been getting some pretty neat stuff at some pretty reasonable prices. Like in the whiskey world, we had I don't it was an old blended malt in a sherry butt that was like 28 years old or something like that, and it was like $300 or something, or $320. And it was quite nice. It was a refill butt, so it wasn't big heavy sherry, but the whiskey was excellent. And I think it was one of those old Edrington things, although without the sherry, which doesn't really make sense. So now that I'm saying that, it probably isn't. Um, Anyways, but this is what you're getting here. It's a 48-year-old Armagnac at $420, which is kind of absurd, in my opinion. Like you're
48 years old. That's
I'm
amazing.
so when we're buying casks, like right now, we try to aim for that whole $10 a year thing. Um, eventually though, when you get to like you're getting diminishing returns on like when as you go past like 20, not even like 16 years with the whiskey world. So to get
Right.
something for even under $10 a year like that is like, I don't know, it's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. Um, I actually don't know who imports the liquid
Uh,
treasure brands.
it's it's the leaky butt guys. Dave and uh, Independent Bottling Group. Sorry, not Leaky Butt. I don't know why. I think they have a brand called Leaky Butt.
That's funny. Uh,
Yeah, so
um,
this is Dave from Keg and Cork and the guys that he works with.
there's a lot of stewed fruit on this for
Yeah,
me.
Andrew says
It's very
Moondog. Yeah,
jammy.
same guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right, Sammy. It is a we're all laughing here until you end up with a leaky butt. You're right.
Oh man.
I mean, it's a pretty clever
Ooh,
name though. I don't know. It's pretty good.
that's a nice bottle. I mean, it's very different than the other one.
So I don't think we have any information as to where this is from or anything like that.
I couldn't find anything
No, there's not much, and I don't think they're really all that forthright
forthcoming.
with it either. Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing is
Yeah.
wow, this is even more tannic than some of the previous ones. It's fairly
It
drying. Bottle
it's
at
more
51.
salty. Agreed.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't scream 51%. Like it's actually kind of really well integrated.
It feels like it down here though.
No, yeah, fair. Hmm, that's kind of fun. It's
There's
I'm I'm gonna say like it's not the most complex thing we've had tonight, but I don't necessarily I'm not holding that against it because it's got some really like fun citrusy notes. It's got that like yeah, like that slightly saltiness, a little bit medicinal kind of note. Like
Mhm.
it
It
this
kind of
almost
tastes like to me like you put a fruit salad and then you just topped it off with a really great quality like absinthe. Just kind
hmm,
of like dusted it on top for me on
that's a
your
fun
like
note.
fruit salad.
You said Sauterne from a previous one. I
Hmm.
think it's kind of dessert wine, but a well aged and kind of oxidized dessert wine where it's like pouring orange almost.
Hmm. I could see that. It has quite a bit of orange in it for me, like orange oils.
There's I know it's interesting. There's a bit of like a perm solution like note on it for me too. I get a little bit of that.
Chemical hair salon.
A little bit, but that's
I
again though,
could
it's
see
not
that.
like obligatory, not in a bad way.
Yeah. No, it does though. Like I feel like when you're drinking something this old, you're going to get those notes though. Like it happens.
Yeah, you're at the mercy of the
Even
cask.
in, grain whiskey too, you get a little bit of that chemical, sometimes nail polish or wood polish notes. But then underneath it, you still get like raisins and oranges and stewed fruits and spices and, creme brulee, and it's still beautifully integrated. And if it's
I actually kind of really like how dry and tannic that is. It's that'd be a nice like right before bed kind of dram.
right, yeah,
Because
you
it
don't want something too
yeah.
sticky.
Yeah, and it forces you to not sip it too fast, which I kind of like too.
You gotta slow it down. Yeah. And going back to that uh the Castarede Armagnac, it feels sweeter. Just going back and having just like a tiny taste compared to this liquid treasures.
The nose definitely comes across a lot more apricotty to me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like very much crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff. I didn't mean to insult you with the lapsang thing. Yeah, I understand that there's a lot more to it than I know. I'm not that much of a tea guy.
What do you mean? Lap saying smoky all day, every day. No, just kidding. I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it. Okay, last one. This one comes from the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. This is under A4.8 called Classic Sherry Clafoutis, and it is a
Clafou-
2000
cla- Clafouti.
Clafouti. Oh, that's even better. Um, Classic Cherry Clafouti, 2006 vintage Armagnac. And 50.2%.
I don't think the producer is going to mean anything to anyone, but it's Domaine d'Espérance.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Now, I will mention on this before I even start on it is that having like this is a part of a SMWS outturn at some point, and you're tasting it amongst 6 different whiskeys, right? So I'm actually kind of excited, and I've had it before in that context, but it's actually going to be pretty fun here to try it in its proper context amongst other Armagnacs. So that's it's kind of fun. I also had to look up what clafoutis is, and I think Michelle had actually made some back in the day, but not with cherries. And it looks cool.
Sammy, is that clafoutis?
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go. I had no idea.
I guess it's almost like a coffee cake with sour cherries in it, kind of.
Oh,
I guess would be the
cool.
closest thing you could really put on it.
This is awesome. It tastes like candy. Like, yeah, great bubble gum and cherry nibs. 100% Andrew. I am with you.
Very cool.
This is wonderful. This was Evan's contribution for the tasting. He really wanted us all to drink this. So thank you, Evan.
Honestly, it kind of shows. I can see why they picked that name based
Hmm.
based on that so far.
Well, I get the cherry part. I didn't know what clafouti was, so I was indifferent.
It's got a bit of a cool it might just be the power of suggestion now to be fair, but like you would bake that cake in a pan and the edges would get kind of like a little bit more like, brownie ends kind of thing. And it actually
Yeah.
almost smells like that too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a little bit of that kind of overcooked note, which is just perfect.
It's a bit more exotic too. Like there's notes of like I almost get passion fruit on here too.
I do. Yeah. It's funny. I don't know. I went on a passion fruit drink kick for a little time with my bubble teas, and otherwise, if you'd asked me 3 weeks ago what passion fruit was, I would have had no idea what it tasted like. But now I know.
Really? Wow, it's like
Yeah.
one of my favorite fruits. Oh, interesting.
They didn't have passion fruit in Fort St. John growing up.
Yeah, that's fair. We don't have them in Alberta either, so I don't know.
Well, my parents weren't very adventurous, and just like raising 4 kids very close together, I'm sure was very expensive. So I'm not mad, but I'm very like, I don't know a lot of food. Food culture
No,
is not my culture, I guess.
that's fair. That's fair. I think that's like I think I spent the better part of the last like 15 years just like trying like literally anything I could get my hands on just because. And I actually don't even know why. It just became
So
fun.
you could pick them out in cognacs and
Well,
whiskeys.
not specifically back then, but I think I just had a lot of fun like trying exotic fruits like any chance I had and things like that just to try different things. Like
Yeah, yeah,
variety is
that's
the spice of
cool.
life after all.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. And I mean, younger, 40. I mean, you guys tell me what the difference is between these two spirits. Because it's hard to say. Like we've tried both Cognac and Armagnac from the 60s, 70s, and then the last one's from much younger. But I mean, they're all very different, I think.
I think if I think if I
Like,
didn't know anything about the two spirits, even though Armagnac's not done in a traditional column, like a really long one, or tall one, I suppose, I think I could still guess that one was
yeah,
pot and one was column. Yeah.
if you knew to look for that. But if you were somebody who knew nothing about anything, I think what you might say is the last ones seem like, for me anyway, lighter and sweeter. And the
So
other
you
ones
you think this
feel,
is lighter and sweeter?
yeah, I don't know why,
Interesting.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like the fruits, I don't know, just like bright red fruits somehow feel a little bit sweeter to me than the other ones, which feel a lot more like dense and heavy and more oak dominant. Uh,
In
for
terms of
me,
Armagnac, yeah, like this specifically is fruitier than the previous two, like 100%.
for sure.
In fact, I don't even. Yeah, well, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know.
Sorry,
But
Sean.
yeah, I found like that roundness of cognac ends up adding a bit more sweetness to me, though I know that it's like the way that they still is kind of supposed to, like for Armagnac, it's supposed to be a more powerful spirit. I'm not sure if I completely understand what that means yet, I'll be honest. Mm, very fun though. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick run through. Andrew likes to call this the speed round. I don't like saying that because it puts me under pressure when it's called speed round and then I panic. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do a second run through and I'm gonna do it a little quicker. Well, yeah, Jeff, you're right. The speed round is never speedy, but I don't know. It's just the name. I'm just like, all right, I gotta get going quick, and I don't know. It just gets lost. I don't like doing that. So on the first one, well, I'm not sure if I would say it's really changed a whole lot. Maybe those spices come out a little bit more. It ends up in a little bit more of that like typical licorice clove thing that I would get on an Armagnac in general. Sammy says celery. Nice. Cool.
Sorry, Sean. Sorry,
That's all
everyone.
right. No worries.
Just going to the first one.
We just started the non-speed round.
Cool.
I'm gonna ask Andrew to like call it something else just for my own sake.
Round two.
So now that it's sat for an hour, that first one also is just a little bit more, it's become a bit more watery on the palate. Like it's a little less like robust for me, so it's been an hour. Okay,
Hmm.
an hour and 15 minutes or so. Okay, that's interesting to know. So I might not let that sit in the glass for, an extended period of time
It's
or pour.
like salted mango and like salted apricot.
Yeah, you know what? That's neat. Yeah, you're right. There's a bit more saltiness that comes out of that one for sure.
Yeah.
Good call.
Even pineapple, like a grilled pineapple, but then you salted it. Mm.
I'm guessing it's part of the age that it's not really sitting in the glass quite as well for the extended period of time because yeah, I think I'm just getting to that same realm that if you pour really old whiskey, it is like it's not falling apart, but you can start to tell that you should drink it now kind of thing.
Drink it fast, responsibly.
Yeah. The second one, if we're moving on to the second one, it now it's holding up a little bit better, in my opinion, at least on the nose.
Oh, that's a beautiful nose. Getting like a little bit of that like juicy fruit gum.
I'm getting a bit more floral, like lilac-like notes on this one now.
Wow. Oh yeah. Palette is lovely. It still stands up.
Man, I thought the first one was going to be my favorite, but like seriously, this one is a really rad
I
dram.
still think I'm getting like passion fruit on that.
It
And like
100%.
kiwi.
That thing's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, over to the third.
Oh, the nose is nice.
A bit sturdier wood still.
Yeah. Nice brown sugar. Like
I I think this one was higher ABV, wasn't it?
yeah, this one's 52.
Yeah, it really shows, even just on the nose.
Got like a nice, just like a slightly overdone peanut brittle on the nose.
I remember nutty being a note earlier on too. Yeah,
Hmm.
it really sticks.
Oh, it is salty.
The cherry notes come through still as they did. Yeah, salty again.
Why is
Interesting.
it so salty? What is happening?
This one is, where was this one from? This one was, oh, it didn't
Vielle.
Petit champagne, because some of the regions end up being maritimey, and I actually don't really. I'm guessing that means it's a little bit more kind of, I don't know, salty, maybe colder climate from like the wind rushing through. But I don't think I can't remember what they're called now. The surrounding territories. I don't know if I've ever had anything from like Le Bois Ordinaire and whatnot, like which are super maritimey. But I have had Bon Bois. I don't remember if they were salty though. Hmm.
Well, Bon Bois and Bois Ordinaire is like very similar. It's the
Yeah.
same classification. Um,
Yeah, and they're the
yeah,
ones
that
that
could be
have
what
like
the Bois de, I don't know how to say that. Therese,
or
Terroir,
Bois Ordinaire,
Terroir.
Bois Commune, I think as well are other words for them.
Never seen that. Oh yeah. But it's also coastal and more sandy and
Mm. That'd
has
be a fun it'd be a fun thing to explore a little bit more of.
specific region built tasting so that we can understand the regions.
Yeah, somebody says the soil. Yeah, the soil type is the same between those two, I think as well. I think I read
Hmm.
that as well. Yeah. But again, though, there must be, I imagine there's some sort of like a merit. It does explicitly say maritime when mentioning those two, so that must have something to do with it.
Hmm.
Like not
Hmm.
necessarily the soil, but the seaside. Hmm.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
Now,
that that maritime influence being coastal was also part of what spanned its popularity and its ability to be shared even amongst France was just being
totally,
on the coast there is easy to transport up and down the
totally.
coast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually like this a lot more now than I did the first time.
cool.
Yeah, it needs a bit of time in glass, and I think it really kind of starts to pop. All right, move on to what was number 4 again? Was oh yeah, the Aston Morris alternatives.
Mm. Yeah, this smells lovely.
If you go on the alternatives website, it's just a couple. It's uh Pietra and Istatis, I believe their names are, and they're just like they came together and they kind of started this company where they're like kind of negotiants now where they'll like go visit these different cognac producers and go through stuff and find things that they want to. And I don't know, it seems like a really cool life. It looks pretty fun. I wish we like I mean, we're such a young country, we can't really do that on the continent here, but I mean, man, it looks pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Even just talking to Bryce from like Roper's Hold or True Wild, like him just like, oh, I was down in New York and I was in a warehouse and I found this barrel of Canadian rye. Oh, it's just c'est la vie. It just happened to work out. And it's like, how is this your life?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Doug wants to buy a castle. Like, we don't need to buy a castle though, right? Like, we don't really have to. We
But
could
we
just buy
could.
we could just buy a townhouse and just do the same thing, right?
How about a pile of rubble that used to be a castle?
Yeah.
We'll start there. Yeah, and
Okay.
Andrew says, no, you do need a castle. Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Who's the one who has who's the guy who's got a oh, Galen Weston. He has a castle in Scotland or Ireland, I think, right? The guy from who does like Superstore and No Frills and all that.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Okay, coming back to this now, the nose is much nicer than the first time we came through. I did find the nose to be a little bit fudgy, a little bit more like toned down. It didn't really express itself. Again, just like the previous one, much nicer with a bit of time.
Hmm. You know what it kind of reminds me of on the nose is like Andrew's like browned butter oatmeal chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh,
Not the
cool.
exact cookie, but just that brown buttered oatmeal baked goods kind of thing on the nose.
It's some like candy like pre 2000 even. There was those little ones like little old-fashioned candies that were kind of shaped like raspberries and but the bottom was kind of flat and they were all like covered in powdered sugar, I think.
Oh,
It
yes.
it smells like those candies to me, like
Cool. Very nice.
Everything's reminding me of candy and cereal in my childhood, and it's actually kind of annoying me right now.
I'm an adult. Not everything is jubes and I don't know, like you said, Honey Nut Cheerios. But
Hmm.
the dentists
Okay,
outlawed those in 2000. Those damn dentists.
I really like that those last two got
Mhm,
better with time, and I appreciate how
mhm.
the first two did not. Okay, that's cool. Good to know.
I might disagree with you. I like how the second one turned out.
Sorry, I shouldn't say did not. I should say like the first one was a little bit more like, you got to drink it. The second one was kind of in the middle.
Hmm.
Whoa,
Four,
go.
four lovely cognacs, I would say. Very nice.
If you jump immediately to the first Armagnac, it's so nutty, it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like peanut skins and like hazelnut.
It kind of reminds me
Crazy.
of like a Luxardo Amaretto that's diluted.
Interesting. Neat. Ah, so cool.
All right, Lauren and Franco, you guys are passing around a bottle and I need to know what it is. Bring it up.
As I get off mute, Lauren.
Is,
Armin, this is actually one you and I talked about a couple weeks ago. It's the Glenglossa
I
stand-in.
thought so. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, wait, I can tell by the bottle. Never mind. Very good. They've run out of cognac and Armagnac.
No, dogs reach for stuff too.
Well, I'm afraid of what Doug might have there.
Hmm.
Oh, Spirits of Us.
Ooh, la la.
Oh, Armagnac KWM 1992.
Jesus Christ. You know what? I forgot. Like, what's really funny? I was thinking earlier today, I was like, we should bottle an Armagnac. I don't think we've ever done that. Turns
Flashback
out we
to,
did, and I just totally forgot about it.
I mean, if you do want to have a Kensington Wine Market cognac, I think we have less than 5 of our Chateau Montefort 30-year-olds left, and maybe 8 of the Valentin. I'm guessing we're
I
almost
like
out.
I like that Terrasnier.
Oh, I love it.
That sucks.
Love it. Yeah. But
Uh,
if you want to get your hands on a Kensington exclusive, now's the time to do it because they're going to be gone. Yeah, this
if not
Armagnac
right
is
away, then
fabulous.
certainly by Christmas. Like,
Yeah, definitely. That Armagnac also has like a little bit of like, did you say earlier it had a little bit of a like a chemical tone to it or an
was this the one
industrial
I
tone?
was this the one I said perming solution? Maybe because yeah, it's a little
Maybe.
stinky on the news,
Yeah,
eh? On the
it's a
nose,
little
yeah.
stinky. Yeah,
It I
it
There's
is
something about it
definitely.
that actually reminds me of like some almost like young Orkney malts where it's got some of that weird sour porridge like note on it.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh man, this Liquid Treasures reminds me of tequila now.
Dude, on the palate for sure. Whoa, what's going on?
Am I crazy? I mean, I am, but
It's okay.
relative to the.
The smokiness that was on there before has now kind of evolved into almost like a agave spirit smokiness.
Yeah, it's kind of got like a vegetal smokiness to it. Oh, I
Interesting.
love this.
Very cool.
It's very, oh man, the palette is also, I find, showing, I said green earlier, it's kind of vegetal.
Yeah.
Kind of sweet.
That's
Still
a fun
salty.
example.
It's a,
It's
that's,
different.
yeah, wonderfully weird. What is that note?
I'm going to last but not least. What was the
Last but not least, you say the
What was that?
the
Oh yeah, the
classic
SMWS, right.
cherry clafoutis.
How could I forget? the ABV and the slight youthfulness of it, because I think it's only like
Mm-hmm.
uh
Well, it says
eight,
2006. So,
yeah, like 18 years old maybe.
okay, maybe.
Yeah, so that's not surprising that this lasted the whole time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's changed a whole lot either.
No, I don't think so.
It's still very cherry forward for sure.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I am curious to know how the four people at Lauren's table are going to vote. If they're going to put their votes in the chat, or they're just going to let us flounder, and I'm going to be up all night wondering what they liked before they got into the whiskey.
Totally.
But hopefully they put the picks in to the poll. This was really interesting. We definitely don't do enough spirits tastings at the store, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think even
I
as
wish we did
people who,
more.
yeah, even as people who don't necessarily, it's almost more fun that we don't know a ton about it in a way. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys all as guests, maybe that's different, but I mean, it's kind of fun to just like explore it in real time and just kind of, see what's going on. And you get to see some of our honest reactions and I mean, most of the reactions we have in all these are a little bit honest, but I mean, honest reaction in terms of like spirits that we're not used to, right? Like
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. We should do more spirit tasting. Basically, I feel like we just have to overrule the boss man and be like, no, we're doing this. Deal with it. Because if he had his way, we would never, ever, ever not have a single malt scotch tasting that wasn't hosted by two particular distilleries and or bottlers. But but I've enjoyed trying something different. It's also nice trying cognac for me outside of my normal friend group who thinks that cognac must be enjoyed with a cigar. So it's nice to just have like this clean separation between the two. Not to say that they don't pair well, but it doesn't have to be everything.
yeah. Jeff, that's gross. That's about as bad as like Sammy always wanting to do absinthe tastings.
I would be fine if it was like a herbal liqueur tasting where it's like absinthe plus like other types of Amari and or like Jägermeister type style stuff.
We'll
Like
do we'll,
I like that.
we do like party shot tasting where we get to
Oh my
like
God.
do little mixers and everything. That's it. Just like
Kensington Market peel shot tasting. No one would come to that.
No, not
Um,
not not Fireball. I mean like party like cool shots. Like there's a restaurant or not a restaurant. There's a bar here that some of their like some of their party shots are just like they have the Ferrari, which is like Campari and Fernet, half and half, which is it sounds like a gross shot, but it's fun to do. And like I kind of like bitter stuff and herbal
how
stuff.
bitter is that?
Oh, it's quite bitter. Yeah, yeah. And they had
It's like
another
the
one with
worst.
that. They had one with that ancho rise,
Oh
like
yeah.
ancho chili liqueur and something else. That was also really fun, really
Dude, that
cool.
sounds good.
They're great. Yeah.
I've been thinking about buying that Ancho Reyes chili liqueur to pair with my peanut butter tequila. I feel like it could be good. I feel like I could also be not coming to work the next day. I don't know.
You can make the weirdest like Thai peanut curry shot with that. Like
With like a noodle in it.
no. Well, all right.
Gross.
No,
Okay,
all
let's do
right.
the
All
poll and
right.
see what's happening. What happened on your palettes and how did you enjoy it? I think I launched it.
We went off the rails there. That's great.
I don't know why I had to make it my entire screen, but I launched it. Fireball tasting. It would just be the 8 different formats of Fireball, followed by the Fireball, like ice shot, or like the ice cream bucket you put in your freezer, and it's like a snow cone of Fireball. I would go to that. Can you guys see the poll? Is it?
What? I sent it. No, it should be. Yeah.
It
I'm
says
sure they
it's
can.
shared, just no one's voting.
Can you guys not see it?
I'm gonna
Oh,
close
no.
it.
Okay, close it. We'll try it again.
Okay. Stop sharing. You do it. I'm out.
Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Oh,
Sorry, Chris and Sarah.
relaunch poll. Let's try that.
Or see it.
All right, we got it. Nice. Sorry, I am a Zoom Luddite.
I think maybe we both clicked at the same time and then it was like, they're gone.
That might be it. Yeah, you might be right.
That's our fault, folks. All right, Sean, what were your favorites while they're voting? And then Lauren, and Chris, you're gonna have to like throw numbers at the screen and battle each other.
I know what number 1 is, but what's number 2?
What is number 2? Let's go. What's your favorite Armagnac?
I actually kind of like that SMWS, the classic cherry Clafoutis or Clafoutis.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was great.
pretty good.
Yeah, and then I like how it said exactly what it was. Like this is what it tastes like, and that's what it tasted like. It was great.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about the other products, but some guidance would have been nice. And your Armagnac, or pardon me,
The
cognac?
cognac, oh, the Decadent Drams, the fine champagne,
Oh,
6078. That one blew me away completely.
really?
Yeah.
Cool. I have to try them again.
Like I'm like I have I ever bought a cognac? I don't think I have, but that might be the first one.
I think I have to go with the poll people here and say that the sponge number 7, I think. I don't know. Fudge. This is hard.
Okay, all 11 have answered, so I'm gonna share here.
Go ahead and share it.
Oh, there's like a 4-way tie for number 1. Like, what, Jesus.
Jesus, guys.
I mean,
We
that's cool. That
enjoyed
means we
it.
poured really awesome stuff. That's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, it means that they enjoyed it, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So 4-way tie for the first, and I get it because they were all pretty awesome. And then the
Yeah.
second round, surprisingly, Sean, your favorite did not get a vote in the
Not a
second round.
single vote. Wow. It's okay. I'm not insulted. People aren't on the same wavelength. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I like the cognac sponge a lot. I also really like the Malternative. I'm not gonna lie.
Was
It's
that
it's a hard one for me to pick out. I
sorry, so what was the did you say what the Armagnac was for you then?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
No,
But yeah,
I
and you're
didn't.
still deciding on the cognac. Okay, I
I
gotcha.
still can't decide. I guess if I had to decide, I love how weird that Liquid Treasures is. I love how it's gone very tequila right now.
Totally.
It's like you buy 2 spirits in 1 bottle. However, slightly disappointing though that it's not a consistent flavor throughout the whole
Yeah.
thing. But I do love how different it is. So for my Armagnac, I'll go with like the oddly different as my favorite.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna still stick with the Cognac Sponge Edition 7 for my first favorite cognac.
Yeah, cool. The blend. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
I think the
Yeah.
blend's awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
It
very
has like,
cool.
I think it had the longest finish for me as well.
And most people like the Armagnac better than the cognac. That's
Armagnac over cognac. Well, as
very
I
cool.
mentioned, guys, we have like 8 new Armagnacs arriving tomorrow. I think some are from like the 60s, 70s, there's some 80s, and there's some younger ones as well. So
I can't
if
remember them all,
you
yeah.
need to buy a gift for a future birthday, this would be a good time if you just need to buy yourself something because you work hard and you deserve it. They're arriving tomorrow. You can pre-order today. All of this is available online, but we are very limited on some of these cognacs, I think, for sure.
I'll just double check if it's, I think everything, yeah, the Decadent Drams is low stock. Well, that's okay though, because I'm the only one who loved it apparently. The Castarede is low stock, but we can get more.
Yeah.
The Liquid Treasures is low stock, and I don't know if we can get more. Yeah.
Jeff, the Walter's choice is moving really fast.
Are we
Really
allowed to give numbers? Okay, I will say that it's over half sold.
It's more
Um,
than
like
two-thirds sold.
almost well over half. Yeah, it's probably about 2/3. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And considering we only launched it 7 weeks ago, that's freaking bananas, man.
I had a
It's
guy come in
nuts.
buy a case today. Another guy bought a case the other day. They're flying.
So I
Yeah.
gotta make sure I get one at least before.
I know. Andrew's
That's
like,
right.
I thought we saved bottles of this and saved bottles of that. And I'm like, we need to save the Walters.
Jesus.
Um,
Crazy.
it's fantastic. Thank you, Sean, for
Yeah.
hosting with me. Thank you, everybody, for trying these delicious spirits with us. And hopefully we can do more spirited whiskey tastings in the future. Doug, that was amazing. You are a
Thanks
god
for the
at
pointers.
consumers.
Yeah. Doug and Andrew, thanks for the corrections on anything or the clarifications of anything we missed.
You know,
Always a pleasure.
I love the informed correction. Always a good thing to have. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, we'll see you next time. Hopefully at our next tasting, whatever that may be. I can't keep track.
Sweet. All right. I'm gonna be on. Hopefully, I get on for next week's whiskey land tasting. We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's all fight for those tastings. Let's fight
Yeah.
and get. I'll beat up Kurt. He can't stop.
Yeah. I think Kurt's making an appearance too. Yeah. Anyways. All right.
If he gets a kit before me.
Yeah. All right.
All
See you
right.
guys.
Good night.